senior here at Heritage University. My major is English with a minor in history. And tonight I'm going to be doing my presentation on the poetry selection, Forgiving Our Fathers, or Forgive Our Fathers, the poem at the end of the Smoke Signals movie. So I'll go ahead and get into the presentation now.
Tell me what happened, Thomas. Tell me what's going to happen.
How do we forgive our fathers? Maybe in a dream. Do we forgive our fathers for leaving us too often or forever when we were little? Maybe for scaring us with unexpected rage, or making us nervous because there never seemed to be any rage there at all? Do we forgive our fathers for marrying or not marrying our mothers? For divorcing or not divorcing our mothers? And shall we forgive them for their excesses of warmth or coldness? Shall we forgive them for pushing or leaning, for shutting doors, for speaking through walls, or never speaking, or never being silent? Do we forgive our fathers in our age, or in theirs, or in their deaths, saying it to them, or not saying it? If we forgive our fathers, what is left?
And this, I just posted the poem here on how do we forgive our fathers, what was just recited by the character in the film. Now, will I be in the way if I'm standing?
No, looks good.
Okay. Well, Victor, I'm going to go through my paper, I hope you don't mind.
That's fine.
Many people grow up in what today's society would call dysfunctional homes. Of course, years ago, people didn't call them dysfunctional homes. They just called it a home. Mental and physical abuse was a norm for some people. This poem was written for those such homes. In Smoke Signals, Victor, he hated his father for a long time, and he hated him because of his alcoholism, his abusiveness, both physically and mentally. At one point, his father asked him, "Who's your favorite Indian?" And he said, "Nobody, nobody, nobody." He yelled at him because he despised his father that much. And his father was just kind of drunkenly joking around with him. Whether a father is around or not, subconsciously we think about them. We dream about them, and it might not even be them in the dream, but it could be like a character or like just a characteristic of what your father was when he was around, or how he is now. Something in the back of our minds is making us think about him in our sleep. And in the dream, they could be there to either hurt or help you. It's not easy for people to forgive. It's not easy for people to forgive. Unfortunately, this is learned at a young age. People hold on to grudges. Even little children, when they start getting into their 3, 4 years old, they get upset and they hold grudges against you. And I remember last year I found a note in my daughter's room saying, "I hate mom," because I wouldn't let her do something.
Oh, yeah.
But it's easier for most folks to hold grudges. They hold on to them. But what they're doing is, they're making themselves kind of sick and holding themselves back in the past. Grudges are often held because the father left them alone or he left them and never came back. For instance, Victor's father in the movie moved to Mars, Arizona, and he never returned to his family. And to forgive or not. Should we forgive our fathers for marrying or not marrying our mothers? Should we forgive them for divorcing or not divorcing, like he said? This is something that happens even today. Families can be traumatized by bickering parents. The bickering could snowball and it could get into more physical abuse in the home. Many folks stay together for their children. They use their children as an excuse to stay together. But it's not healthy for those kids to grow up in that type of environment. I heard one time that it's better for our children to say that they're from a broken home rather than live in one. So when do we forgive? And what is left after we do? In our age or in theirs, in their deaths, saying it to them or saying it, if we forgive our father, what is left? In Smoke Signals, in spite of Victor's deep bitterness towards his father, he does some soul searching and he realizes that he was wrong for hating his father after he passed away. And he forgave his father, and with that he was able to forgive himself. So if we forgive our fathers, we can then forgive ourselves. And once we forgive ourselves, we have opened a door to the future. If we do not forgive, we are living our negative, hateful past. I'm going to end this with a quote by Desmond Tutu. He says, "Forgiving is not forgetting, it's actually remembering. Remembering and not using your right to hit back. It's a second chance for a new beginning. And the remembering part is particularly important, especially if you don't want to repeat what happened." So if we forgive our fathers, we get a second chance at a new beginning.
Very